Learned to make short-term plans now. I had some long-term plans for the last couple of weekends. None of them panned out. I think this is going to be the norm for winter. Yesterday there was a small chance of us being able to go through to Arniston, but then the friend of mine confirmed that the place is not in Arniston, it's in Gouritsmond. So Gouritsmond is now something that might be on the cards going forward, but with a little bit more planning going into it. So considering that today, Saturday, is the only real day that we're going to be having fishing over this weekend, where you're not going to get yourself drenched. We're basically back at Macassar and currently holding the camera as my youngest son. Brought him along so we can have a little bit of a dad-son time today. And yeah, having a line out currently with a mussel bait. Hoping to catch a stray gully in between the kelp. And I can show you quickly. This is the spot where we are currently at. You can see that there's some kelp in the water over there. Our normal spot, our spot is a little bit further up that way. I just noticed a hole on the beach over there. We might be heading back over there just now. I already lost a sinker and a line over here. A sinker and a hook actually, because of it getting stuck behind some kelp, and I'm not really in the mood for losing a heck of a lot of tackle today. So stick around, boys, we're gonna make this worth your while. So we are making a spot move. My initial plan was to go and fish at Aasbunkies on the pushing tide, but then I thought to myself, we're going to be needing to make a spot move later on anyway. I would just like to go find a nice deep hole where myself and my son can go and park off, throw a few lines, eat some food, have a few drinks, non-alcoholic of course, and just have some father-son time out in whatever sun we can have today. So I'm now heading back to the other side of Macassar to go and find some deep holes over there that I can target. The bait that I've got with me is essentially meant for steenbras anyway, so whatever steenbras I can target in these waves, in the swell. The swell looks nice, But whatever I can target, that would be awesome. So we're going to try and get 2 lines out in the water. Get my son to monitor his own rod for as long as need be. And if he reels in when he shouldn't, you know what it is, He'll learn over time. But for now, just slowly creeping over to the other side. It's a relaxing morning. There's no need to rush. See you on the other side, lads.
1, 2, 3. Remember when you told me that I should take it slow, but I can't stay when the world is waiting. I'm too used to being on my own. Hearts will break, but I have to chase it. I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my name. I'm dancing on the edge again. This time I'm not looking back, babe. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be that goes in every place I find. I'll break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane, a free-born mind. I remember when you told me I should settle down, but these restless feet won't keep me grounded. The open road's the only place I found where I feel alive, and the stars will guide me. I'm dancing on the edge again. The wind is calling my name. I'm dancing on the edge again. This time I'm not looking back, babe. You can change.
En daar is die man.
Good morning.
Is it?
Any luck?
I had some tungsten stuff over there, but I lost 2 rigs in the kelp. So I'm just heading that way for the deeper holes and stuff and see if I can't catch something there.
Well, I'm gonna follow you guys then.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
Free-born mind. You can change me, you can tell me down. I'll be fat goes in every place I find. I break the molds with rebels mind. I'm a hurricane, a free-born mind. You can change me,
There we go, boys. I didn't blank, but I'm not gonna keep him either. Quite a big little boy. Let's call it. I'm on the board with 0.5. Okay. My first boot shot for the day. And what time is it now? Really? Are we going to show it? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. We've been here for over 3 hours, and this is my first boot shot. Well, either way, I've been throwing out some fish bait, some red bait, a little bit of mussel, and I got the crab so far. But other than that, it's just a gorgeous day. I mean, you would have seen some of the footage so far. Spending some time with my boy out here. And considering what the weather would be looking like tomorrow, I'm glad I'm out here right now. Basically fishing in a spot I haven't been at before, here at Macassar. It's as you would head into the parking lot, instead of turning right to go to ledges, arse bunkies, you basically make a left. You basically need a four-wheel drive vehicle to navigate the loose sand you get every now and again, but or at least something with diff lock, I presume. But once you get here, it's quite nice. The nice deep holes in front of you, and it's apparently places where you can fish throughout the day. Low tide, high tide, doesn't matter. So hence the reason I came here. Whether or not there's fish in the water is a completely different story. I have no idea. But swells are nice and big, plenty of working water, plenty of white foam on top of the water. I'm not holding my breath with regards to any galjoen that might be here, but I am hopeful that maybe at some point we can pull a nice steenbras. We can only hope. Catch up with you soon. So interesting. We've been trying different baits. There must be some activity in the water, because the baits come back stripped. But because of the roughness of the water, we're using grab sinkers to keep our lines in place. And then obviously we put it down in the rod stand, and sometimes we forget about it, and then we don't pick up when there might be a fish on the line. You see the rod move, and then all of a sudden you just think maybe, just maybe, it is the current or the wave action that is causing the rod to move the way that it is. Now mussel bait I can understand, because it's a very fragile little bait. It's not going to last very long out there. Some fish bait as well, when it's properly defrosted, that's also not going to last a long while out there. But when you've got like a tough red bait on the hook and you can see it's been eaten, that's when you realize you're missing a trick. I'm trying to figure out how to fix this. I'm throwing out 5-ounce grab sinkers at this point in time, and for some reason this big 5-ounce grab sinker don't want to stay in place. That might not be the fault of the grab sinker though. The issue is, like I said, there's very strong current backwards once the water recedes, which pulls your rod tip down, and then when the motion reverses it like springs back up, and that can eventually pull your entire trace loose. So I don't quite know how to fix it. All I can do is maybe pay a little bit more attention to what's happening out there, and see if I can't remedy the situation by catching the little bugger when he's actually on the hook. I'm just having a blast. Very, very chill fishing session. The aim isn't even to catch something. If I get it, bonus. If I don't, it's just awesome being out here with my lighty, imparting some knowledge, the little bit of knowledge that I do have. Almost fully packed up. Nice slow casual pack up, clean up, making sure that everything is in its place where it's supposed to be. No hassle, no fuss. Makes it so much easier for the unpacking at home, no stress. Basically making sure that your day remains well spent and hassle free. So that's that. Enjoyable day out. Nothing other than the crab came out of that water. I haven't seen anyone take anything out next to me on both sides, and I've seen one guy going that way, scouring the beach, up and down, scratching for his life and getting nothing. So I do not feel that bad that I got nothing. It wasn't as if I did something wrong. So, like I've said before, if you come to fish only to catch them, you're gonna have a bad time. But if you come to fish to spend an enjoyable amount of time outside, outdoors, with friends and family, you're gonna have a good time regardless. See you soon. Had a bit of a misadventure now, coming out of Macassar. I'm still learning the ins and outs of this car. Trying to open and close windows, you can only do that when you've got your key on you and you've got the ignition turned to an on position. So you can't open and close windows, you can't change any of the settings on the vehicle, you can't change any of the lights, you can't plug in your 12-volt adapter for your light at the back of the car, nothing without the car's ignition being on. And unfortunately, when the ignition is on and you've got your lights set to auto, the lights also go on. And I was unaware that my lights was on. I was even unaware that my radio was playing, because obviously for copyright reasons, we don't want audio from the radio to be on when we are recording video. So the volume was turned down, but the radio was on. So earlier we needed to get the window dropped in order to get the fishing rods out of the car after our spot move, and we never switched the ignition off again. So there we were, fishing to our heart's content, catching a crab, but running the battery down at the same time. So unfortunately, my son had to go and find help next to us. And a gentleman by the name of Johnny came over with his Kia. And it took us a fair amount of time to get my battery charged far enough to get it going. Right before it did get going, we also got someone else that came over, Clinton, and I do believe it may be his wife that came over as well. And they seem to be followers or subscribers of my YouTube channel, which is obviously nice. Knowing that there is people out there willing to help in a case like this where, you know, things didn't go well, I got stuck. And I don't know if it's the fact that I'm famous that made it easy to help me, or if it was just a, you know, good Samaritan stuff happening. But regardless, to Clinton and Johnny, thank you for your assistance today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following what I'm doing. I promise you, if in a position to help anyone else going forward, I will return the favor, pay it forward, and do the exact same thing onto them as you guys have done for me today to get me out of there. Much appreciated. Bye.